Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Women in Wisdom. This is where women who are actually friends from all over the world come together, and we have a conversation. We share the things that we have been contemplating. We share our lessons and our insights, and we inspire one another, and hopefully we inspire you as well to really um, connect with your power, connect with your genius, connect with your gift, connect with your light, so that we can all shine more brightly together. And today, I thought it would be interesting to have a conversation about desire. So I've been reading this book by Dr. David R. Hawkins, and he was the one who created this map of consciousness. You might have seen it in the triangle. And it took over 20 years of his research using, yeah, there it is. I love that you have that ready. It took over 20 years of his research doing kinesiology to test these states of consciousness over, um, you know, using a lot of people and everything. So it's designed from 0 to 1,000, 0 being the lowest state, and 1,000 being enlightenment, where you have your great avatars at the top. So I've come across this information many times, and I'm reading it now for the first time, and it's fascinating because he's talking about desire, and desire not being an elevated state of consciousness. It's actually below 200. So everything below 200 are are undesirable states. Everything above 200, which the pivot is having courage to take that step into the greater aspects of self, and that's the portal into the higher states. So for me, as someone who teaches people and myself as well, to define yourself, not to use language that's been given to you, but to find your own language to define yourself, I find this fascinating. So I started playing with how desire feels in the body. So I'm just going to invite you guys, Michaela and Camilla, to do this with me. Like, we think of the word desire and we have ideas and concepts that come to mind, right? So, like, what are some of the ideas that come to mind when I ask you desire?
So I want to have enough money for me to take journeys and have fun with my girls and tango dancing. So yeah,
Okay, so money, we desire money. What else?
relationship,
Relationships. Yeah.
greater home,
Hmm.
nice job.
Yeah. And so when I'm watching you say this, I see you keep going out in front of you, right? So we don't have it yet. There's this desire. Camilla, did you have anything around ideas of desire that come up for you?
Yeah. I had the whole year long to think about it. And when we were starting our work in the program, we were talking about the goal, which is set in here, and it's given in money. And I was working on that, and I didn't get my goal, and I didn't get my money, and I was thinking, what the hell is going on? And on the other side, I was trying to imagine myself how we were taught in the state of having this amount of money. And I was looking around me and I was thinking, but nothing would change around me within the material things that I have. I like to leave zero waste. I like to use the used things. I like not to buy many new things. And it's not about having, to be honest. Yes, it's about freedom given by money so I can travel from here to there easily, for example, or get good education for my kids. But it's not having, it's not possessing, right? It's something else. And after thinking about this all, I realized that what I desire actually is number one. It's top number one. It's being calm. It's serenity. Being calm. It means also being patient, being peaceful, being sure. It's being sure that what I want and that what I desire is going to happen, or I'm going to accomplish it sooner or later, but it will be. And after the year of thinking about it, working on that, I didn't hit my money goal yet, still, but I see how my state of mind is changing. And I see how I feel with no effort about it. And this is amazing. Money will come, I know that. I already know that. But what I feel and what is in my mind now, it's absolutely, I would not buy it for any money.
Beautiful. Yeah. So this is fascinating. So Richard Rudd, who's the creator of the Gene Keys, also talks about desire being a shadow state, and he calls it genetic hunger. So we can get caught in the trappings of wanting something, and then once we have it, then we want the next thing. But it sounds like, listening to you, Camilla, which is a beautiful example of using desire as that motive force, as that step to get to a higher state of consciousness. It's not the material, it's the immaterial state of security, of calm, of comfort, of relief, right? So these states of being, um, I just find it fascinating. He also talks about addiction being in the frequency of desire, because you're constantly wanting, wanting, wanting. So I would love to come up with another way to define it for ourselves. I'm still in the process myself, because I like to find language that accurately reflects the feeling that I have. So if it's not desire or it's not wanting, how would we describe that wanting to be something that we aren't already? Or do we even need to describe ourselves as being something we aren't already and just be that, which we talked about last week as acting as if, right? So,
Yeah, for me, it is every time I ask myself, so that's the process I am in right now. If I have this wish or this desire for money, what will I do with the money? So as I told you, I wanna go on holiday or on journeys or something like that, and even don't want to work anymore at the court where I'm working separate times in my week. And I go after that, or I'm asking what for feeling gives me that when I could do all these things. So for me, it is freedom, and then I look, how does it feel to do all these things? How does it feel to go on a journey? How does it feel to be at the beach with my girls and have fun? How does that feel? And then I'm feeling it inside of myself, and I'm looking more for this feeling of freedom and for this feeling of security, the security that I could do all this. And for me, it comes back all the time. Every time I think about these processes and these trainings I do for myself, it's all about again and again and again. It leads back to the awareness, to this consciousness, to really be aware what is the feeling of the desire. And like you said, Brie, the desire is something outside. The desire is a wish I could see outside, but then when I look at the things outside and the desire I want to be fulfilled in the outside, then I'm every time with my consciousness and awareness outside of myself. And it's me to train myself to come back to what does this feel inside when I have this already. And like you said, Camilla, it's also for me this who I am really, who I am, who I somehow really I ask myself who I want to be, but somehow this already leads myself, my consciousness outside, because how somebody outside of me looks at me, you know. And it's again, I have to be aware of this, that right now I'm again with my thoughts being outside, and have to come back into myself, into my feeling. How do I want to feel when I'm really the person I am?
Yeah.
And you, somehow for me, it's, I couldn't use words for it, because yeah, I have this feeling of feeling freedom or security. Like, how does it feel? It comes back to I remember a time or a scene where where I felt this freedom. I try to find in my biography a part where I felt this freedom, or where I felt this security. And it's all, there was this thing of Pearl, the reconnection thing, you know? And so I reconnect with this story there, and really feel and go into this story from this point where I remember I was on a ship, on a sailing ship, and it's so, a tango sailing ship. So, and there was this moment, I felt so free. I felt so free. Nothing was any importance. There were no importance. I was in nature. I was on the water. There was the sun going up, the sunset, and I felt so free. And that was something really deeply inside of myself. And I trained myself to reconnect to that. And the most difficult thing is for me right now, don't give anything about outside, to really make myself believe that it's coming from inside and then it's happened outside. Because I have noted this several times. I created relationship, I created my girls, I created a job, I created everything, you know, and really believe that it happened again and again and again and again. And really train myself to be aware what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. It's more about the feeling than over the thinking, but it's a combination somehow, because we were trained to think somehow. It's a thinking machine. Sorry.
Why?
Much.
But
Sorry.
you said, I want to ask you this question because you said two, Camilla, because you said two things that stuck out for me that drew parallels to what I've been studying about consciousness these days. So, desire and having are things outside of ourselves. And I think it's interesting because for a while we have been practicing the art of having, right? So, it's making me rethink the things that we have been taught and the practices we have been, trying on for ourselves, and how they might be not maybe the best states for us to create what it is we're desiring. And that's why it's taking longer, because they're not optimal states of consciousness. What do you think, Camilla?
Exactly. I think exactly the same. Well, yeah, it's definitely not about having. You asked how would we describe what to do, what it is that makes us, I don't know, more conscious or makes us being there. For me, it's faith, faith. Here is my master of faith. Her name is Michaela, and she was my teacher for many, many months. And she was repeating and repeating, repeating. You must believe, you must believe. You must believe. And I was like, me, the not even the agnostic. I was the atheist, totally.
The skeptic.
What should I do? Believe? Come on, here are my hands and here is my head. Let's do that. And after several months of listening to my master, Michaela Haufer, I started to believe. And what faith brings to the mind, even this rational mind, it's so amazing. This is the source of serenity. I do believe this happens. This happened. What is the time? So it happened. It happened in my mind. It happened in my heart. It happened in my emotions. happened in the space. I'm not having it now. Yeah, I'm not having it now, but maybe we are talking about different dimensions. I believe, I am sure it is. Yeah.
I I think that's really key. You know, I was feeling into desire because I like to feel into the state that the word evokes in my body, right? So if we feel into, for you and for all of us, like for me, when I feel into desire, I feel myself being pulled outside of myself. But then I can use that noticing of my body's awareness of desire. Um, and like you said, Michaela, then how can I feel that now? And the faith that it already is, right? So, you know, I don't get stuck out there and keep my creation from coming to me because I'm in the feeling of desiring and wanting and having, right? For some
Yeah.
reason, having, well, having, he says being is a higher state than having, which I love, right?
Yeah.
I love that description because I have it or I am it. Like I have it or I am it.
This is it. And with this awareness, with this consciousness of being, comes another consciousness and awareness. I need this to create myself the way how I want. I need this, and that. So it puts an order immediately. So you can, Bob was saying, praxis. I love this word and I love this idea of praxis. If you believe something, you add practice to that. So you practice what you believe. And if you believe in, I don't know, let's say being rich, it means that we have to work on the money, right? Work to get the money so we can make the money coming to us. So what do I need to do in physical world to make them come to me? And the sequence is so clear since I know uh, who I am and what do I have. I have because I created that. The sequence of actions is so easy. It's so simple, just like that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because you're already being the person who's doing that. You're already being the person who's in the state of that. And so, because you are that, you have access to all the information that you need from that
Mm,
place. Yeah.
this is it. Sorry for the flies on my camera.
It's a new dance. Beautiful. It's so fascinating to me. Um,
Yeah,
Michaela.
and it feels it feels so. Again, I really repeat it again and again, like Camilla said. So it's about to the awareness, really to train the awareness. When do I get out of myself? When do I get in mind I want and want to do things outside from, to get results outside by doing things outside without my passion and without my being of the person I want to be. So, and to reconnect, I love this word right, this word right now so much because it comes to my mind as and right now I understand these things more. And yeah, to reconnect with yourself and said, oh, stop, I'm going outside. So how do I get myself? It's also about the training or to finding tools. And that's what is so amazing. You have so much people out there, great coaches. So find your own coach that leads you and train and helps you to find your way back and to take your hand and guiding you your way where you want to go, because that's the most difficult thing for ourselves, to do it by our own. And that that's why we created this group, because we are a group taking our hands and guiding us whenever somebody of us needed to guide the way and take ourselves back onto the path. And you need, every time you need somebody who is 4 more steps before you and could help you to find your own way and to help you to get back on your path. So that's so important.
Yeah, and as you're saying that, I'm like holding the state of beingness around that. And there's such a stillness to being, whereas desire, there's this unsettling feeling. Oh, someone's here early. Um, so you keep talking. Let me take care of that. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's like Brie was telling. So it's to become, it's all about this, was Brie also was teaching this I am state, to get back to this I am.
Yes.
Well, in the
Back
beginning,
to
I couldn't understand that, completely. What do you mean? I am. I am. Yes, I am. I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
waiting.
it's also
I'm
the story that you are telling. So if you are telling I am ill, I have no time, I am a timeless person. Timeless person is the wrong word right now in the translation
infinite.
to German, but I don't have time. I am um, I am tired, so I am feeling tired, I am ill, I am poor, or something else. That's the story you are telling, and then the vibration goes down with every sentence you tell I am. So this I am is the essence of who you are. So to reconnect with a higher state of energy, you have to tell yourself another story. I am rich, I am full of energy, I am successful, I am rich, I am full of energy, I am.
Joyful, I am compassionate, I am generous, I am kind, I am loving.
So when while you are talking, you feeling, so that's again the awareness, while you are talking, you are feeling your energy is going higher and higher. Even when you are talking the other things, when you get your awareness, your energy is going lower and lower. And what's the most the difficult thing is when you are so much outside, you don't realize that your energy is going down and down, while the stories you are talking about yourself, even inside, don't talk it outside. But when you are not aware that your energy is going down, and you ask yourself, what story I'm telling right now, and to shift this into the story you want to tell, even about also gratefulness as a helpful tool. But when you are telling yourself, I have so much time, I'm feeling well, I'm feeling good, I have some, you can feel the energy goes up. So you can try it out, you can play it with it, you can train yourself
It
while
works.
doing this. Again,
It works.
It
yeah,
works.
it
And it
works,
works,
it
it
works.
works quickly. Yes, anything that we say after I am brings the power of the infinite universe to make it happen for you. So, as I was saying in the beginning, when we define ourselves by saying I am, and I am is a state of being. And it's like, so who am I and who do I want to be? And it's this beautiful play between, I am is who you are, and what you desire is who you are not yet. And so you can use that desire to bring you into a greater state of being. And then I remembered what I was going to say with the before the dogs is you were saying, when you find people that you surround yourself with who hold that state of being for you because they are embodying that state, it is much easier for you to attain that for yourself because of resonance. And so it is important to surround yourself with people and with things and with an environment that inspires you to be who you desire to be. Um, awesome. Well, I would love to hear from everyone. What resonated with you? Did anything inspire you today? Did you get a greater understanding of something maybe that you hadn't thought of before? So share with us in the comments, subscribe, like, and share with those who you think would benefit from this light and from this insight and conversation about desire and being your magnificent self. So thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Camilla, for
Thank
helping
you,
me
Bree.
take this question into a greater sphere of understanding for myself. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. Blessings.